Welcome back to the Perek Project. A few years ago, we moved from Canada to the UK, and we decided to ship those of our items that were worth the shipping costs. And one of the things that we decided to ship was our books. Now, we happen to have loads and loads of different books. So when we got to the UK and a few months later, our shipment arrived, the movers were unpacking all the boxes. And as they were bringing the boxes into the house, they noticed that so many of the boxes were labeled books. So they turned around to me and they said, "You guys shouldn't have shipped all these books. You're never going to read them again." And I laughed because we're known as the people of the book. And it happens to be we've had tremendous use out of those books. But what is the place of wisdom? What is the place of knowledge? So knowledge is of course good, but someone whose wisdom is more than their good deeds is compared to a tree with many branches but few roots. So we can imagine that if there's a tree like that, and there's even a small wind that comes, that tree is going to get totally uprooted. The analogy is giving us a very clear image of the person who studies a lot but doesn't put what they study into action. Their commitment is shaky. But on the other hand, someone whose good deeds is more than their wisdom is like a tree with numerous deep roots and a few branches. Even a hurricane couldn't uproot such a tree. Someone who is grounded with good deeds, someone who trusts in God and trusts that God's wishes are for our benefits, they will have such strong roots that when they learn and they have wisdom, they'll be able to apply it, and they won't fall to the heat of passion. They'll be grounded, and even during difficult and testing times, their faith will ensure that their actions are good. So our knowledge has to be supported by our good deeds, just like the tree's branches have to be supported by its roots. But it's really important for us to understand and know that not all knowledge, not all wisdom is created equally. Torah law, which is called halacha, which means a pathway, it's essential because not only does it teach us how to navigate life, how to navigate social situations, how to navigate ethics, how to navigate morals, but it's also the pathway to eternal life. So that is essential knowledge that we need to know. And everything else, it's like the seasoning. It's great, but it's not going to give us the same nourishment, and it's not going to sustain us spiritually. So we have to invest in essential Torah learning that's going to teach us how to navigate life successfully and ensure that that is grounded and followed up by our good actions. And that brings us to the end of chapter 3 of Pirkei Avot. Thank you for following along on this journey together with us.